Ladies and gentlemen, 99.2 FM exclusive, and as we always promise, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for giving us support until this time. And we promise to visit Nancy Afroshop in Stuttgart. And when you reach around this place, Österreichischer Platz, they call it Österreichischer Platz. If you can look at up here, Österreichischer Platz, I'm telling you, people think of going to the U1s, people going to take their train to various homes or everywhere they are going. But today, we want to look just on our right side or on our left side, considering where you come from. There is Nancy Afroshop. Nancy Afroshop, which was actually on another street, but right now we are coming it from Hauptstadtstraße 68, and I mean Hauptstadtstraße 68 here in Stuttgart. There is Nancy Afroshop. Actually, this is the shop that he's doing ladies and gentlemen all over from Africa to here. And at the entrance, as you can see, Nancy is very well prepared, and I'm telling you, there are so many styles to fit in, from haircuts, from hairstyles, Abuja. So those girls who always say we don't have hair here in Stuttgart City, Nancy Afroshop is here for you, only in Österreichischer Platz. When you are in Österreichischer Platz, going to take your U-Bahn, going to take your U1, going to take your U9, going to take your U34, Richtung Kilsberg. When you are going to Kilsberg, I'm telling you, this is the right shop, and this is where you just come to make your hair. Maybe today we might get a chance to do this, but we don't know if Nancy will allow us to make a little bit of my hair. If you can see, if he can do hair, but we have a picture here actually. That means he does every hairstyle, from Afro, from Abuja to haircut. And maybe we have brought one client all the way from the studio. If we can just come very langsam. The first thing that welcomes us here is the red carpet going into this entry in Nancy's Afroshop. So meaning you are entering a VIP section to do your hairs. And I'm telling you, it's no joke. We're gonna go inside. We promised her from the studio that we are going to be here today, and there is no any other joke. We don't have a mask on. We just enter because we said, Nancy, we are actually here. Yes, as you can see, we are rightfully here as we promised to come to Nancy Afroshop, and we're meeting Nancy here doing her daily work. So join us and get more from 99.2 FM exclusive as we talk to Nancy. We come to you back after this short break.
Real World presents.
Yes, and as we said, we are meeting Nancy here to see what welcomes us here is the hairs, the natural hair. I don't know how they call it. If you ask me about dreadlocks, I will tell you about it. But if you can come to me to this other side before we talk to Nancy, you can see different types of hairs welcoming you inside here. And of course, there is a very, very, very big system that will entertain you while you are doing your hair inside here. We can talk to Nancy when she comes back, but after entering the shop here, I'm telling you, everything is set. African ladies, I don't know what you miss here in Stuttgart. There is no going back home and saying nataka kuletewa nywele ya pesa ngapi. This is where you can get your hair, and this is where it's all done. Actually, we promised Nancy we're gonna bring him someone today to cut his hair, and the first customer to be with us today here is the Kenyan editor. I'm telling you, in Germany, I'm telling you, Dominic Otianga. He's busy perusing actually a newspaper here to see which hairstyle he might be getting from Nancy Afroshop. Ladies and gentlemen, wherever you are, it's not only women who are getting hair done here, but we have also men who can be. Later on, we might be seeing what we are not seeing actually now. And how are you? Good morning.
I am good. How are you?
Thank you so much for coming with us to Nancy Afroshop.
Yeah.
Because we have always promised her we shall bring her customer. She did my hair one time, but today we want to see if she can do this. Remember, this is Dominic Otianga, novelist. He calls himself a writer. But before we talk to him, or before we introduce her to Nancy, let's talk to Nancy first, so that we can know what she does best here in the Afroshop. Nancy, yes. Thank you so much for allowing us to come here first in Österreichischer Platz. We promised that we always come here to Nancy Afroshop, but because of time, Corona did its thing. That's why we're here today. She was today early in the morning on our studios. If you watched us on Radio R99.2 FM, on Facebook and everywhere. But we promised to come back and to come to her shop so that we can see actually what she has. And now she can talk to herself, because I cannot say more because I don't know more about Abuja, more about, I don't know how they call them. But she's going to tell us about braids and everything like that. Thank you for allowing us to be here today.
Thank you very much.
What's the feeling today morning, the way you came back to, you seem motivated actually.
Yeah, I am actually very much motivated, and it was very nice to come and visit you this morning, and really had some very, very nice topic that we were talking about, and yeah.
This is where you hide?
This is where I hide every day. Yeah.
So for those who are looking Nancy Afroshop, where it is, here is Nancy herself. Tell the listeners out there, some who are watching us from back home, where your shop is located.
Okay, I'm located in Stuttgart Center. Can I say that?
You can say
Stuttgart
that.
Mitte. Österreichische Platz. It's very, very easy to find because I am at the underground. Right here next to me is the U-Bahn, or rather the underground trains. And it's very, very easy to find with the U1, Richtung Vaihingen, or direction of Vaihingen. And you just come out in Österreichische Platz and WGV, Versicherung. I'm just next to them, next to the sign. So you're most welcome. What I do here, as you can see, I sell beautiful wigs.
Yes.
I have human hair. We do makeup as well, especially nowadays. I've been really happy to have some few Kenyans who have been getting married. And my daughter had that opportunity to make their face up, and yeah, it's lovely. At least Kenyans there, thank you so much for your support.
And what was promised, we brought you the Kenyan novelist, writer, he calls himself Dominic Otianga.
Yeah.
We couldn't just let him go because he wanted to visit you today here so that you can do his hair. He's quite smiling from the other side, but we'll get soon to him so that you see how it is done here at Nancy Afroshop, and maybe have another look of what he didn't have before we entered here. Nancy, people out there are, people just have to hear Nancy Afroshop is too expensive. I'm not going there. There's some words spoken out there. Just tell them to people out there that it's not expensive. You should come to Nancy Afroshop.
Yeah, that is very, very, very true. It's not everything that you hear is the truth. The best thing is just to come yourself and see it for yourself, because we have prices from the scratch to, it depends on you. How do you want to look? Do you want something exclusive? Do you want something very simple? Do you want, so the prices are not that high as you might think. Yeah, and I believe as we need also to spend some time for ourselves to make us look beautiful, because we can't just be working and taking care of other people, but then we forget ourselves. And hair is a very, very important thing for a woman. So that is why don't get scared. It's not that expensive, and we can always come together. We can always come up with something.
As you can see, everything is affordable. It depends on your pocket.
Exactly.
So if you're here, you're going to be here. If you're somewhere there, you might be there next time.
Exactly.
She mentioned he has so very beautiful hair here, as you can see, from human hair, Abuja, and everything. What kind of a human hair do you have here? Because my sister is looking for human hair, and I can just give her some information. Give me an example of human hair here, if you have a human hair, so that...
I have a couple of human hairs, for example. This one is a straight hair.
Human hair.
It's human hair.
Thank you.
And the quality is actually very, very good. You can use it often. It's not like a hair you put one time and then you throw it away.
Okay.
You can use it multiple times. And I'm very, very, very happy with the hair. So the quality is good, and it is not that expensive.
So, Divina Richards, I am very sure you can see what I'm holding here. You are used to tell us when we go to Kenya, we should bring you here. For the last time, I'm telling you, I'm not going to carry any hair from Kenya because Nancy has already sort you out. Visit Nancy Afroshop, I'm telling you, Österreichische Platz. We shall be back after this break.
Real World presents
Products that you see here at Nancy Afroshop, I'm telling you, if you start from the dark green gold hair wax, for those people I think who are using dreadlocks, for those people who have dreadlocks, for every natural hair here, I'm telling you, moisturizing cult activator cream, Nancy has everything, I'm telling you. Yes, as you can see from the other side here, we have repairing of ginger hair shampoo. Yeah, if you don't wash your hair, now you know where to get this. Yes, and I'm telling you, if you can come with me, keep it curry. I think this is for dreads, shea butter and oil, olive oil. Yes, we have some good products here. You don't need to fly back home to get them at this corona time. I don't think that there's somebody who is going back home, and I'm very sure Nancy has everything in store for you. You might be talking to her later on so that she can tell us where does she get these products, what we miss actually from back home. Coming to the other side, conditioning pink. As you can see, there's so many stuffs here that Nancy has. If I can move to the other side here, we have so many things to men actually. For the men who wants to look good like me, I think I'm looking right nice before Nancy does something on my head, but I think I'm looking very nice, courtesy of Nancy Afroshop. I'm telling you, for the men who are looking for this 360 styling, there is every style that is going on here. You don't want to miss it, I'm telling you. Yes, you can see all the products at Nancy Afroshop. You don't want to miss anything inside here. He has everything that she has everything that she is supposed to have for you Africans, wherever you may be. Yes, and I think you love hair. Everybody loves it, and there is there's a lot of space here. There's a lot of space here. You can sit and wait, and right away I'm telling you, we brought Nancy a client, and as you can see, work is done. This is where Nancy hides herself each and every morning, and he's doing actually, you can see the smiles on their faces, you can see everything that's going on. The writer himself, the novelist himself, is getting his hair done here, yes, so that the books can look clean as his head. If we can move to the other side, you can see work is done here. Work is really done here, and they are smiling actually, with that very beautiful feeling. You can just see the writer himself on the screen there, doing the smile. Yes, I'm telling you, this is where you get the haircuts from Nancy, courtesy of Nancy Afroshop. Yes, remember, we shall be talking to him and ask him. You can see the difference. We shall see the difference later on. Yes, as Nancy does what she does best. It's very rare to get two men talking on a salon, but today I'm telling you, it's not going to be that way. It's going to be other ways. How you feeling, mister?
Yeah, it feels good. You know, it's about the place too, yeah? It's not just a salon. We also see it as a barber shop in a way. The African hair mostly is very political. It's a political object. So yeah, sometimes you're told this is not fit. You're not fit to have that hair. So sometimes you see girls being turned away from schools in other places so that they can have straight hair. Yeah, that is politicizing the African hair.
That is politicizing the African hair.
So
have you ever been to another not an African barber shop, but a European barber shop? Let us name it that way.
Yeah. My first,
because they find it very difficult to cut your hair.
Yeah, you see, when I was in Freiburg, that was the early in the beginning, I used to pass in front of a barber shop. It was a native German barber shop, yeah. And as usual, when you pass in front of such shops, they are not seeing you, they are seeing your hair. Yeah. So they used to look at my hair, stare at my hair, and one day I decided to go in. And there was a lady who was doing my hair, and I thought she was just preparing to begin, yet she had just finished. Yeah, but while doing that, I asked her if she has experience with native African hair, and she said, yeah, it's normal, but I could see that she had a lot of difficulty in combing. So it looked as though she needed some painkillers to comb back. But at the end of the day, I had to help and comb my own hair, which is also okay. And I wasn't contented with the result at the end. So it's always good to have somebody who understands your hair.
Your hair.
Yeah.
That's what we call it. I'm telling you, at Nancy Afroshop, this is where we are getting it today.
Yeah.
Yes, if you see men sitting on a salon or sitting on a barber shop and discussing matters to do with hair, there must be a problem somewhere, but there's no any problem anywhere.
It's not a problem. It's actually very appropriate because you see the barber shop itself is a culture and the salon is a culture. So when you go, it's an urban culture. So I would say an urban black culture. Yeah?
An urban black culture.
So when you go to places like Chicago, you'd see that politicians go to barber shop to make a point if they need to win over black community, because that's where you have your own space. So it's more like a shrine for you to share the current affairs of the place or the region or the country. So, for instance, we would sit here and talk about what's going on in Stuttgart and places in Germany, discuss everything about the police issues and all that. Like, for instance, we just had they want to do something called genealogy tree for suspects of the police action in Stuttgart that happened just late last month.
Okay.
These are things that people will be meeting in place like this and discuss. Them.
Yes, I'm telling you, it's not very easy to interview a writer and novelist because there are so many terminologies that you may get here, and deciding to look for a dictionary in a barbershop at Nancy Afroshop, I don't think we can get it. All we can get is a booklet of hair Abuja and the way you name them. How is the feeling, Nancy, doing this to this writer?
To the gentleman. I enjoyed doing his hair.
Okay.
Because one thing, he has very, very fine hair. It's really tough, but it's not tough. So it's marked pass.
It's marked pass. It's marked pass.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's very funny. If I have to translate that direct, that was not the correct translation. But, Mister, how is the feeling right now?
Oh, it feels good to be here. I mean, we are used to be visiting male barbershops in Kenya. Yeah? So we like avoiding salons. Yeah? But you see, when you are abroad, you also want to connect with your sisters.
I'm telling you.
We are. By the way, we are very few, so it just makes sense.
Sure.
Yeah, it makes sense to connect. Yeah, I would say it's an offense against common sense not to do so.
It's an offense against common sense. I'm telling you, the writer himself here. Yes, I will give up because.
There's something I want to add up on that.
Yes.
As African men, they never trust that a woman can cut their hair. So I've been having challenges here when somebody comes in and is like, "Do you barber?" I say, "Yes, we do." And then they look around, they only see two females, and they're like, "And where is the barber? Who is barbering?"
So the man has to do this.
The man has to be there.
Men out there were proving this wrong because the man seated here is a writer, and I'm telling you, it's not easy. So those who don't believe that women can be barbers, you saw the hair the way it was before Nancy came up.
And I'm not done
This
yet.
is the Nancy effect on the way. We shall be back just after this break. I told you here, exclusive Radio R, we are back actually, and if you can see our writer, novelist himself, he looks otherwise as the way we brought him here.
50 grams gone.
50 grams gone from his hair, and I'm telling you, he has been looking where to cut his hair, and finally when he landed on your home of African music, Radio R, we thought of Nancy Afroshop, and this is where he got shaped. As you can see, even Nancy is all smiles. Nancy, how is it right now? Feeling that we visited you here today?
I'm very, 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 very glad and very, very, very happy. Actually, it was a surprise for me.
Okay.
But I really do appreciate it so much.
We thank you so much for inviting us. 1, 2, 3 questions before we let the next customer, as he is waiting actually outside. How do you get your supplies here? Because so many people have this challenge to get supplies into Germany, and according to coronavirus, it has made us not to travel anymore. But I think goods are coming in. So how do you get your supply? If you can just tell us.
Actually, goods are coming in just like normal, but you have to have like a time. You have to order in time for you to receive. So there is delay right now.
Okay.
So we don't get it as fast as we used to get. So if you want to get your stuff, normally I get my stuff from United Kingdom, from UK. And so far I've been getting my goods. But like I said, it's with delay, a little bit of delays there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm telling you, if you walk to Nancy Afroshop, you walk out internationally. You walk out internationally because the goods are from UK. What happened to our local market from East Africa? We don't get any supply from there.
Normally, I don't actually get my stuff from Africa because of the quality.
Quality.
Yeah. The quality that they supply in Africa is totally different from what they supply in Europe.
Okay.
So that's not me who is making that. It's the law.
It's the law. Yeah.
It's the law.
Yeah.
So that is why now I have to stand with the standard of here. I cannot get it from Africa.
Okay.
No, that's the only challenge that is there.
The European Union law allows for this quality.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's say there's some laws in Africa don't care about that.
Yeah. Like here, most of the stuff is controlled.
It's controlled.
Yeah.
But you can also say that maybe the price could be affordable if you bring that quality to some African countries.
The quality also differs because in Africa, most of the people they might not be able to afford because it might be expensive. And that's why they do have products for Africa and they put it in African the way they can afford it. Okay. I don't know how do you put that in English. I'm not very good, but Miss Ahmad does.
We have a writer here who can assist us to see how we say this in English.
What did you want?
Just put this sentence what Nancy has said into rhetorical manner.
Yeah.
So what I know is that European quality control, they are trying to be serious about that. So when you bring in sub quality that are not that are below the standard that they put, they're not going to allow that.
Yeah.
So for instance, even if you bring avocado from Kenya, there's something they put around on it that it has to fall through it. Yeah. If it doesn't fall, then put it aside. Or zucchini, for instance, this is something round. If it is shaped like
it doesn't.
Banana shape, they're not going to allow it. But it's actually edible. Yeah.
There's so many things we are learning here, and I'm actually
very strict.
Maybe our next stop, maybe on our food store where they're selling it. And remember, we are coming you live from Stuttgart City Radio R exclusive. Remember, your shop may be next wherever Africans are here in Stuttgart, here in Germany. We might be coming to visit you. Let's support one another, let's stay together, and let's love one another. Thank you so much, and back to studio. Thank you.
Real World presents